and clap on 3. 1, 2. Ow.
Somebody just hurt themselves
welcome.
in the intro of this podcast.
Yes.
What a way to start.
Hello. Oh. Hello, welcome to the God is a Geek podcast. My name is Chris White. Joining me this week is the Lord Commander, Mr. Adam Cook. How are you doing, mate?
Why are you laughing? What's funny? Tell the listeners what's funny.
Oh, man. Someone either hurt themselves clapping or just... Yeah, it was you, wasn't it?
I slapped too hard. And that's a shame because I'm looking, and we'll come to this in the podcast. I know we will. Listen, let's tell people. We're going to talk about some upcoming releases. Obviously, that's kind of what we do every week. But I had this great idea to start the podcast when you said hello, welcome, Adam. I was going to go, breaking the law, dude. Because that's out like tomorrow, Late Law Breakers is. But on reflection...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been...
You fucked it.
Been a treat.
Yep, 100%.
Hey. And also, though, that's Mr. Dan Murphy.
You're telling me that I don't get a fucking good Game of Thrones?
You did, but I had King of the North ready and I fucked it.
Wrong podcast.
I'm actually devastated.
Also,
I hosted once. I can't introduce myself as King of the North.
Hang on. Chris, you're also from the North.
Derby's not the North.
Yeah, but Dan's more North than me.
But that's like... Chris, you're so modest.
No, well, Dan deserves the praise because I tell you what, after last week's Geek of Thrones, I can see the amount of work that you put in.
It was very
every
good.
week. It's fucking insane, mate.
So
let's give you a proper introduction.
Yeah.
So joining me as well is the King of the North,
the man of the hour,
King in the North. King in the North. Yeah.
How are you doing, mate?
Mary, I'm sunburned from going to Wales, which is fun. First time I've ever been badly sunburned.
No, that's not possible. That's not a thing that can happen.
Legit, was in the sea, in the Irish Sea, swimming about in Cardigan Bay.
So you were in the Irish Sea in Wales getting sunburnt?
Yeah, got sunburnt.
None of this happened, did it?
It was, honestly, I can't touch my shoulders. It's not blistered or anything, but it hurts to the touch. And getting in a bath the day it happened before, that was fucking agony, that is. And I'm just mildly depressed because I was back in work today after being on holiday for a week. It's very sad.
It's a killer.
Very sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's not good.
Holidays for
It's not a good start to a podcast, is it, really?
Every cloud.
No. Well, we can talk about some games. That'll make us happy.
They make us so happy.
In so long. I can't remember the last time I played something.
You want to get a Switch, mate? Get a Switch and you could have played the whole holiday.
Mate, listen, right. I've been so kind of like considering it because I do have the Wii U, so I've been angling and be like, how much? When you get fuck all for Wii U's anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. I don't really have much money because my bastard Kindle broke the day I was leaving on holiday, so I need to replace that because it's the piece. Apart from my phone, it's probably the technology I use the most. Probably more than my laptop. I reckon I'd probably use it more than my laptop. Yeah, I need to buy another Kindle, and money just goes like fucking now.
It does.
Mate, I do fuck all. I literally do fuck all, and I just don't have any money all the time.
Dan, trust me, as you get older, that gets worse because eventually kids come into the picture, and you realise that you literally spend no pennies on yourself at all.
Not happening. Can't be arsed for that shit.
You say that, but not say that now.
Not for me.
Oh, Dan, we all said that once.
Too much effort, that, isn't it, though?
Actually, I never said that, to be fair. I always wanted kids, but, it's not about kids, it's about games.
So, yeah.
That's the worst segue in all of podcast history.
Well, let's keep on the kind of miserable side of things.
Yes.
Talk about Hellblade.
Senua's Sacrifice.
So is that because it's bad or because it's a miserable story?
Not at all, mate.
Interesting.
I'm gonna be honest here. Like, it's been difficult trying to rate this because...
Yes, I'm glad you're reviewing it, not me. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I mean, I finished the game last night, the main... Well, there's only the main story, but I finished it last night.
Well, there's a documentary to watch as well, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, which is pretty cool, but it is one of the nicest looking games I've ever seen, both in terms of just what happens around, what surrounds you, kind of like the visuals there. Then there are kind of these weird... not dream sequences, but just fucked up sequences where things are happening around you, like that are just stuff I've never seen in games before, and that really push the boat out on it. And then without saying anything about what happens in the last level, it's just it's just mind blowing. I've never seen anything like it. And for saying they are a AAA studio, however, they're a team of around 20. It's not a big team. I mean, it's Ninja Theory. We all know their games.
It's been coming a while, though. They have been making this for some time.
Exactly, and you can see why it's taken them so long.
I don't really know
because
who
it's
Ninja
just
Theory are, so you need to tell me
Yeah,
a
you
bit
do.
of what Hellblade
DMC.
I know
DMC,
who they are, but I've never played the
Enslaved.
game, if you get me, so I don't know.
You must have.
I've never.
You must have played Enslaved or Devil May Cry or fucking hell. I'm drawing a blank now. I call myself a fan. I'm drawing a blank.
Nearly
Heavenly
bought
Sword.
Heavenly Sword.
No, I know of Heavenly Sword because I know that Hell's Blade is like the opposite of
You've
Heavenly
not played
Sword in the
DMC?
name. I came very close to buying the new remake one recently.
You should play that.
I know, but
It's always it's always in the sale. I think it might even be on sale now.
It is always in the sale. It's just I've got so much to play at the minute.
Yeah,
That I don't play anyway, so it's hard to get into one. So I want to know what Hellblade actually is like. Third person action, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's that.
Yeah, so it's incredibly linear.
Yeah.
Not to the point of the Order, but it is very linear. Like there's different ways to go and look for things, but it's very controlled. You're led from one place to the next.
Yeah.
And for me, that's just what I needed. This game has come at a perfect time for me because it's before the massive rush of games that are huge, open world, whatever's. I wanted a game like this. So you start off as this character called Senua, paddling through this really serene lake.
Serene?
But the lake is like it's calm, and then you start to see.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you start to see bodies hanging from trees.
Yeah, I was a bit
stuff
confused
like that.
there for a minute.
yeah, definitely, man. But you start to hear the voices in Senua's head, and
Can
these
we
voices
actually?
are through.
Sorry, Chris. Can we just go back a little bit there because I wanted to actually before I forget, I wanted to mention something. I've only played about an hour and a half. I've got past the first, I guess you'd call them, but no, it is the boss battle. At the start of this game, there is, as many games have, and I think might be an issue. There's a warning that comes up that says, this is an intense experience, and if you have suffered from, I think they say psychosis, and I think anxiety and depression are in there as well, maybe think carefully. And I think a lot of games do that kind of warning. But this is the first game where I feel like I personally need to say, if you have ever suffered from psychosis, I'm not sure this game's for you. Because the voices are very disturbing, not in what they're saying, as much as how to put this, Chris? Like, there are multiple voices talking at you, and they're mixed in a way that, like, left speaker, right speaker. So it really is like voices talking to you from all around you, and I mean, like they're saying things like, "She won't make it. You can't make it. She's not going to do it. She's not going to make it. She's going to die here. She's going to die." And it's like it's fucking intense. And I don't.
Yeah.
I think that's very brave, very interesting, and as you said, pushing the boat out, pushing boundaries. But I would worry that people will flick past that warning because, like, yeah, game warnings, yeah, epilepsy, whatever. And it is very intense. Very, very intense, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's they're doing it with the utmost respect.
No, it also says that someone doesn't say they've hired a mental health expert or somewhere.
Yeah, they spent a lot of time with people who have either suffered with psychosis or B treated it. So they've got the best insights around. They've got accounts of what people used to hear. So those voices essentially are from fact. Like that's the kind of the different females. There's one Senua that kind of says, you won't make it. You're not good enough. You'll never do it. You're a loser. You're pathetic. Yeah. And then there's another voice. Maybe she might do it. No, she won't. Maybe she might. So there's like the struggle inside, and then there's like a voiceover that's kind of narrating you through it. That's one part of the psychosis. The other is the kind of the visions and what everything represents, because you're led to believe this is Senua's nightmare. So whether you believe it's actually happening or not, this is all what's going on in her head, and the creatures she creates in her head all kind of represent something in the grand scheme of things. Yeah. It's so it's really smart, and it's just really I really love the design of it. Yeah. I love the sound design. I love the fact that the levels are linear. I love the fact that there's no real formula to it. You could go 2 hours with a lot of fighting and a few bosses, then you go hours just doing puzzles, or just just traveling from one place to the next. There's always something going on, and there's always like this fantastic story running through it, and something that they've done before. Ninja Theory with FMV, they have like
I was going to ask you about that. So the person, the first person you see that isn't Senua. Yeah, I was watching that, and it's a bit of a So this game, I think, approaches Uncharted 4 in terms of visual fidelity, and not all the time, but in places. And because it looks that good, and the motion capture on Senua is especially the eyes, incidentally, which is something games struggle with, is phenomenal. But there's another character who I won't even mention what they are, who they are, but appears. And I was thinking, is that FMV? And it is then, you think? Yeah,
there's loads. There's a few more...
Oh, okay. Because it's sort of layered over the... it's mixed in with the game engine, isn't it? Because the mocap is so advanced in certain scenes, it's very similar. So you find it sometimes hard to... separate the two, and the different characters you meet, because it's all about Senua and Senua's life and her past. So you obviously see people from her past, and stuff like that. And they do it so well, and I think it kind of emphasizes the psychosis in a way, because she's all over the place. She's seeing all these different people. There's even scenes where you're watching something unfold in real life, like you see. It's not just faces. There's a scene that happens kind of towards the end. That's just like... You're making me want to play more, because I've only played an hour and a half, and I find it very interesting. But I want to ask you about the... this is a prick thing to ask, but it is devil's advocate time. I feel like they got the story and so far and the sort of approach to mental health correct here. Like, it is exactly what they've set out to do. What I want to ask you, Chris, is it a good game? The game part of it.
There's few games in the history of games where I could just easily go back to and just play for the gameplay.
Okay.
And like, I know I keep going on about Mirror's Edge Catalyst, but that gameplay kept me playing. I was obsessed with it. And For Honor, if it hadn't have been for the empty online mode, that is another game I could quite easily play. And for me, Hellblade takes that combat, gets rid of all the aiming of the body parts or the left, right, centre, but it takes the visceral. I don't want to say visceral. I know it's frowned upon in the games world.
Well,
but it's a very visceral kind of combat. There's no ranged weapons. It's all face to face. It's all melee. You're right there next to everyone, and there's at times, because the camera is pretty much fixed, like a la Resident Evil 4. You can't look behind you when you're facing in front. And the voices also help you to tell you that someone's behind you, but they'll like whisper in your ear at a second's notice, and then you've not got long before they attack, so you kind of have to click R1 to kind of block, and it's that Assassin's Creed.
I didn't know you could block.
Kind of. Yeah, you press R1, it blocks, which
I didn't know that.
It's vital.
Yeah,
it's vital
that would have helped
on.
me because I basically died, and I was like, right, well, I had other things I'm sort of supposed to be playing, if you will. So I was like, I'll come back. I'll come back. I know it's saved there. I didn't know. See, that's one maybe a little complaint. I get they've gone for the completely no HUD thing, but like the first thing you do is you walk up to something and you see an object. You're like, well, this is obviously something. This is interactive. What? And you kind of just have to press every button until it works, and it is very much a learning curve. The voices are a gameplay mechanic, and you've just reminded me of that first boss, and it's a bit of a spoiler, but is it? I don't know. I think they've shown this. In one of the trailers that there's a boss that the voices kind of tell you how to defeat. Yeah, they do. They're there to, as we said, like some of the voices are against you. Others kind of want you to succeed, so they do let you know what angle the enemy's coming from. They do kind of hint at things throughout the game, like if you're struggling for a bit, it might say, like, look up, look to your left, look to your right. There's a stairway to your left. Focus. Why isn't she focusing? Why won't she focus?
I'll
focus. Oh, thanks, voices.
Yeah, the controls. Obviously, you don't have a tutorial. There's no tutorial at all. You press start, the moves do come up. So there's only a few. It's literally like square and triangle are your
light and heavy
strike mechanics, light and heavy. X is dodge,
I got that.
so you can dodge. R1 is your block. and then R2 or L2.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember. Is your focus?
It's R2. Yeah.
And focus is essentially it when because there's also these things that kind of this is the puzzle mechanic of the game where there's these different runes on the wall and patterns and imagery, and you have to focus on them to then take that pattern and find it in the environment. So say there's like an S shape on the door, you have to find an S shape in the your environment, and you might be wandering around and you might see a vine that kind of has made an S shape. So you hover over it, focus on the shape of the vine, and it brings up an S. Then that means you've connected the basic symbolism, and it opens the door for you, which is really smart, and it never gets kind of dull. And there's a kind of point in the game where it's happening a hell of a lot, one after the other, and it does kind of get a bit tiresome. But it's not. But after you've started to get a little frustrated with it, it stops. But it's a very very nice little idea behind it, and it's quite cool. But just sorry,
I was going to say difficult game to talk about. I know we have talked about it a while, but I worry that. So you and I have played it, and until I think very recently, watching all the pre-release material, I did not know what game this was, what kind of game this was.
No. Yeah,
and I'm worried.
No idea, really.
Exactly. That's what I'm worried that Dan hasn't played it, and I'm wondered. So to be absolutely clear about it, because I feel we haven't Stonewall cleared this up. So this is a character-driven third-person hack and slash adventure game in a very linear story and path. I think that's what kind of game it is like Heavenly Sword.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But it's better than Heavenly Sword, I think. I should also say.
I think it is hack and slash, but the combat isn't fast or fluid.
It's not DMC. It's not
very
well.
Every battle kind of feels you deserve victory afterwards. It's not like 2 hits and they're dead. It's a very staged battle. And especially when you're taking on 4 of them, and they're all kind of different. Some are stronger and they've got shields, so you have to break down the shield before you can attack them. Others are fast and they fly at you or they throw their blades at you.
But there's no skill tree. There's no level up path here. There's no. This is it. What you see is what you get, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, but that suits me because I don't have to have that all the time. I enjoy the fact that it's quite basic in that sense.
I totally think. Well, I can tell. I haven't read your review yet. By the time people hear this, it's a bit before embargo. It will be up. Probably by the time you hear this, obviously, because embargo is release date. But I think it's very clear you loved it. I do think this is a game that will get as many 5s as it does 10s. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a difficult one to score. I mean.
I think some people are going to struggle to play it. I think unless those voices relax a lot, I think people are going to. It's going to be, like a horror game. I remember, did I say this on the podcast or on the video review for Outlast 2? Where it's like I played so much of it, it's like, no, I fucking have to have a break now. I need a break from this. And I think Hellblade is similar. I think it could get inside your head.
I think it does to a point where you stop noticing as much, and that's
okay.
That's the thing. So,
but that's probably intentional, isn't it?
I mean the voices continue throughout. Yeah. Not for every second of the game, they're not going on.
No.
It's not like you listened to it for 8 hours or whatever it is. But it's they are there all the time. But you kind of become used to them, and you kind of warm to them in a weird way. And then as it approaches its end, it's just like a fucking punch in the gut. Like it's just so.
You're making me want to finish it.
It's so striking, and I really want this to do well because I think
that it has to, doesn't it?
I hope so. I just don't want it to go the way of Enslaved, where people play it, love it, but then it doesn't get the same, promote. Well, it's just no one knows about it because it's not really been.
Well, I think people know about it. They just don't know what it is. I think they've been good about reminding people via the press. Our game's out soon. We spent loads of time making it. Wow, look at this documentary. But if they'd have just put out like a 20-minute gameplay video 2 months ago, I think they'd have. I'm not predicting doom. I'm just saying I think that had they put the video out where they showed, look, this is what the fucking game is. 2 months ago, there might be more hype for it than there is. Which now there seems to be sort of small circles of we love Ninja Theory's work. Can't wait to see what this is. I mean, Dan, where does your do you give a shit? Even has what we said changed anything?
sounds interesting. I remember when I actually remember when this was first announced, 1 or 2 E3s ago, and it caused a lot of buzz then. Sorry.
I think it's nearly 4 years ago this game was announced.
So long?
But then they announced the proper title, because it was just Hellblade. Then I think 2-3 years ago, they announced it was Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice.
I didn't know it was called Senua's Sacrifice. So
that's not good. Yeah,
I knew it was called Hellblade, and that's it. And I like the screen from what I've seen, like screenshots of it. But I don't think I've seen any game. But it's not been kind of a prominent thing on my kind of game-centric timeline, if you get me. But something I'd be interested in. I think it's something that would probably depend on price, because I think it's going to come across as a game that may seem like it should be in the £20 range. And
It is.
Oh, it is. Okay,
it is.
Well, that's interesting. It is in the £20 range, or it's
so the whole thing that they're trying to position this as.
That's decent. Then I think it could do pretty well.
Well, they're trying to say that this is a AAA game made by an independent studio, therefore it is priced accordingly, and I think it's digital only, isn't it, as well? Is it?
Maybe they've learned from some certain developer previously, shall we say.
I think they've said there's no middleman anymore, so they don't have to charge full price. I think they very much want it to be for the people and the fans of the company and stuff. I mean, if I was to basically, there's this point in the game which I messaged Adam on Slack just because it kind of just like blew me away, and I recorded 2 minutes of this footage, and I'll probably post it after a couple of weeks or so. But there's this scene, and I won't tell you what point in the game, but you're walking through this. It looks like hell, like it's red sky, horrible murky orange water and light, and just it's grim. And you walk through this passageway, and on each side there are like walls of human remains, bodies, and burnt skin and everything. And there's arms stretching to grab you. There's huge bodies in the distance, like screaming. The hands are in the air. You can see they're tormented and they're in pain. And there's just 2 walls of this just happening all the time. It's just fucked up. And then you have to fight in this setting about 5 or 6 guys. You hear screams. It's just fucked up. Then you see this face appear, and that's got significance to your story. And it's just like I had to put the controller down from it because it was just so like oh my god, like it just blew my mind. It's so fascinating. Yeah, I think if people saw more from it, they would totally give it a go. And I really hope they do, because it is like, it's fantastic. You know, it's not a perfect game, but I enjoy it. It's definitely top 5 of the year for me so far.
That's some statement.
Definitely. It is. I had to think about it, and yeah, 100%. I've not felt this way, this kind of taken back by a game since kind of Horizon, really. Like, it just
You've certainly talked about it long enough. Like, I mean, that surely is like a sign.
Yeah.
There's so much to say.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk for more, but I'll shut up now because we've all played other games. But yeah, I think people need to look into it if they're not sure.
I mean, we'll have a video and a written review and like the usual what we would do. So hopefully, hopefully people will have a look at the video. It'll be, I mean, I've only captured like that first hour and a half, so it'll be taken from early game, and I'll try not to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But it's difficult because it's like it also, I don't want it to be a video of just wandering around doing fuck all. You know, I want our video to, while we're chatting about it, I want to show what it is as well. You know, but it'll only be from the first hour.
Yeah, but yeah, that's enough about me for now. Adam, what have you been playing?
Nothing. No, nothing at all. Well, I decided that I would welcome your request to come on the podcast and then say I have nothing to play. I have played some stuff I can't talk about yet. I hate to be that dick, but there's a lot of games right now. I played a bit of Hellblade. To be honest with you, I played Sundered. I meant to talk about it last week.
Yeah.
I don't think it's very good.
Oh, well, yeah, Gary gave it a 6, I think. And
I think he gave it a 7 in the end, didn't he? I want to say he gave it a 7.
6.5.
Was it? I'm going to look it up right now. Is that what you think? No, he gave it a 7. 7 out of 10.
Ignore me.
Fair play if he enjoyed it that much. I wouldn't have given it this game does some... it's a beautiful game. Like, genuinely one of the best. If you want to give an award out for best looking game of the year, this one needs, well, which we will do probably, that one needs to be talked about. Unfortunately, like it's a Metroidvania, but it's also a roguelite in that so imagine you're playing a Metroidvania and you bring up the map. So the big squares that make up the level, the world, stay the same, but the smaller rooms inside those squares change every time you die. Unfortunately, the combat is piss. Like, it is so, for me, I feel like it just doesn't feel very good. Like, I don't feel like the jumping's very good. I feel like it's neither floaty enough nor precise enough. Like, the skill tree... It commits a cardinal sin, the skill tree, for me. Like, I don't know, this is a really moany thing to say, but like, you know, when you're going through a skill tree, like you use your old points or experience or whatever to unlock node 1, say. In this, node 1 has 3 notches on it, so to get past that first node, which is like, say, extra health, you have to unlock it 3 times for 3 lots of extra health before you can move along the skill tree. And it's like, just make it 3 different nodes. Like, don't make it 3 on what. Don't make me feel like I'm not moving along the skill tree ever. It just doesn't feel very good. Like, I want to like it because it's so beautiful, but I just don't think it feels very good at all. It just feels like you say you're hitting someone, you know, like square, triangle, you know, the typical combo. You sort of sometimes you hit them and you end up the other side of them because of the way the animation goes, and it's like, well, that's not right. And so you use like every game like this has got a dash or a roll, and you do that, but it goes too far. And I played this for preview ages ago on PC, and people were raving about it. Oh, I can't wait to play the final build. But even then, I was like, I don't see it. It looks great, but I don't see this phenomenal game. And now I've played the final version. It's like, no, I'm sorry, not for me, not for me at all. Like, there are way better games. Like, I mean, and if you want way better games that still look good, like Hollow Knight. You know?
Fuck yes.
You know what I mean? Like, that game has its own... That's got style, but it's different. It's dark, whereas this is bright. But I just am not feeling it at all. To the point where after a couple of hours, I'm like, I don't want to play it anymore.
Just looking at the art style now, it does look pretty cool.
Oh, it's the makers who made Jotun, or Jotun.
I know what you mean. That's kind of a Scandinavian kind of a... Yeah,
that's right.
Like, I was going to say it looks like Banner Saga a little bit-ish, kind of similar.
Yeah, it does, yeah. I'm not at all... having a go at how it looks. It is genuinely amazing looking. I just don't like playing it at all.
It doesn't matter. It can be the best thing in the world. If it's shite, then it's shite, isn't it?
I just am not feeling it at all. I'm glad unlike for example, Gary, I'm glad he liked it. And I've seen a bit of talk on Twitter about people enjoying it, and I'm really glad they have, but it's not for me. There's just other stuff.
That's fair enough. Well, speaking of other stuff, you're a resident Splatoon fan. Splatfest.
Yeah.
How's that been?
I don't know, Chris, if I'm honest with you. I don't know, because I haven't played it. And the reason I haven't played it is because... So I would not have been Team Mayo. I wouldn't, because, God is a Geek, obviously, with a ketchup team. We asked the question about ketchup. Maybe we should ask how people store their mayo. Then we would reveal the true animals. But
fridge, right? Come on, that is the fridge.
I mean, it has.
That's going nowhere else.
It's not even a question.
Go in the fridge.
Well, it would certainly confuse people. But I brought up I say Splatoon app. It's not a Splatoon app. I brought up the Nintendo app with the Splatoon section inside the app, and I looked at it, and it says, "Oh, you can play with your friends if you're on the same side." And I'm like, well, that's a fucking novelty. It actually let me play with my friends in Splatoon. Well done. They finally figured it out. And then I looked at it, and it says, it's got me in Team Mayo. And I looked at it, and I went, I did no such thing. I haven't yet played it. I've been busy with work, so I was going to sit down on Sunday, and a couple of hours before it closed, I was going to play it. And I looked at it, and cheating bastards. It's saying I'm Team Mayo. I'm not. My kids had played Splatoon while I was out and gone Team Mayo behind my back.
Oh my!
And so I didn't bother playing it. Because I thought I'm not playing this. I'm not giving Team Mayo free wins. Scum.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've heard it was very good, Chris, but I didn't play it. Sorry.
Yeah, never mind. Dan, you've been not preoccupied. You've been out in the wilds of Wales. You don't really had a chance to play much, mate.
No, I've literally played fuck all for ages. There was one game that I got given to review, and it kind of got lost in the fucking shuffle of life, and it should be done soon. Adam, I promise. Pretty promise. It was called Cloud Super Built or something. I can't remember. It was a weird name. And I'll tell you what that was, right? That was basically, the first mission in Titanfall 2, the training gauntlet?
Yes.
It's basically that in an open kind of vertical world where you got to jump all over the place, but obviously nowhere near as kind of good as in how it feels and whatnot. It's weird. I need to play more of it because obviously it's very strange. I don't really know what you're meant to be doing. I'm just running about trying to get to this high ledge with no idea how to get there. And you can shoot stuff. There's like little kind of turrets and things that shoot at you, so you need to kill them with your crap little pistol. And there's stuff you can do. It's all right. It kind of the cell shade of it, the color of it, the art style of it kind of reminds me of Borderlands a little bit. That kind of weird cell shade, kind of blocky. Not all the looks kind of shit if you look at it the wrong kind of way art style. But it's a weird one, and I'll have to get back to it at some point and kind of refresh my memory. It's weird, and I've not heard anyone anywhere playing it, so I don't know how well it's gone down anywhere else. But
I did actually see some mention of it somewhere on Twitter, but it's not a big game, I suppose.
No, but I'm going to go back to it because it's definitely a kind of it's parkour and cool jumps and whatnot, and there's not enough of that sort of stuff in parkour, and that's sick. But apart from that, literally fuck all. I mean, I can't remember the last thing I played on PlayStation. Aside from that, maybe Stardew Valley because I was playing a bit of that because it's the most lovely unwinding game ever. And then apart from that, just board games, not board of games, shitty board family games and stuff with the family. And there's a game called Scattergrease. You ever heard of Scattergrease?
Yeah.
It's banging. It's a great game. I'm absolutely sick at it. But everybody calls me a cheater just because I think outside the box and come up with sick answers. It's so annoying.
Fair enough.
They're just jealous, Tan.
And that's about it. Literally. Oh, I tell you what. I played a game called Gender Wars.
Let's move on.
No, trust, right, listen. It's basically just a quiz game, and it's so stupid, right? You get a card, which has a topic, and then the topic will have 5 answers. And so the man will read out the man card topic, and the women have to guess the 5 answers that'll be on the card, and then the men have to write down as many answers as they can of what they think the women will put. It's very confusing. And basically they just think women like fucking handbags, makeup and shoes, and men like geography and war. They make men to be
Someone
such
please
boring
take that
bastards.
Quote. Take the words Dan has just said and ruin his career.
Mate, it's such a shit game. I fucking hated it. It was so stupid. One of the women questions to the men was, name the fucking reindeer, right? Fucking Comet, Dancer and Prancer wasn't on the fucking card. Rudolph wasn't on the card.
Blitzen?
What sort of bollocks is that?
Dasher?
Dasher was on there, and Dasher was one I didn't fucking know. Dasher and Donna. What a fucking shit name. Nice for a reindeer. And
like
they
kebab,
were on it.
Donna
Didn't
kebab,
have fucking
like,
Rudolph. What sort of bullshit that I was done with that. I fucking stormed off after that.
Fair
bullshit,
enough.
Mate. Shit game.
Oh, mate.
There's not. I mean,
There's
a lot of good games coming out, though, isn't there? Like, speaking of shit games, there's good games coming out. Segue there for you.
Yeah, well,
what's coming out?
This is what I wanted to kind of. Well, I didn't. Well, we did. Yeah, fuck it. Shut up, Chris. Let's talk about.
Mate. You've been playing too much Hellblade.
I know. Yeah, the rest of the year, because I mean, we are going through a quiet patch at the moment. There are seldom games coming out here.
You keep saying that, and I don't agree. Every bloody gaming podcast I listen to goes, it's a quiet period. And I don't. It's not.
Not. There are games coming out. But you compare it
games.
to like back in February and March. There were games coming out every fight, like huge big games. There was a.
Yeah, all right.
I just think
okay.
I think a lot of the games coming out at the moment aren't, the best.
No, but I think I keep hearing games websites saying there's no games coming out. It's like, are you not covering any of these? Because we are, and it's Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, no, I just think what people are waiting for and stuff.
Oh, there's stuff coming.
There's not the kind of but I mean, you mentioned before like Madden. Obviously,
Madden is the game. After that, it goes apeshit. Like there are games scattered throughout August, like Sonic Mania,
Nidhogg 2.
Nidhogg 2, which we can't talk about yet, can we? That's not, just in case.
No,
Agents of Mayhem.
Undertale on PS4.
Well, yeah. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Yeah, The Escapist 2, which we talked about the other week.
Park on PS2.
Yeah, but again...
PS2, PS4. Lost Legacy.
So, Lost Legacy we previewed. Agents of Mayhem we previewed, and we'll have a review of that. Both of them, obviously. Sonic Mania, I've played some of and can't talk about. Nidhogg 2, Chris has played and can't talk about.
Absolver.
See, now Absolver's the first one I look at and I want to talk about, right? Because there seems to be a lot of buzz around Absolver.
I think this looks great. It looks so cool.
But it's just So can someone... Oh, Dan, you're the one you say you like it, and I think Chris actually is looking forward to it too. But the question I have for you, right? Why are people hyped about this? Because is it not just For Honor?
Well, I might have been reading different things to you. I've only seen kind of a poster and whatever, and then maybe a trailer of the combat itself.
Yeah, but it looks like For Honor, like one-on-one.
I presumed it was single player, and you did.
No, I think it's multiplayer, isn't it?
Oh well, my kind of fucking hopes. Just
have I just killed you? Hang on, I'm gonna mute my mic and I will Google it. Chris, talk about Absolver.
I would do, but I've not mentioned Absolver, so I don't really
Life
know
is Strange.
What's about?
We look forward to that.
Oh, hang on. I found it. I was quick. Absolver is an upcoming martial arts-focused action role-playing video game developed by Slow Clap, a Parisian indie game developer, composed of former Ubisoft employees. Players control warrior characters who fight other players and computer-controlled characters across the fictional land of Edal to prove their worthiness. It does say the game's story is focused on the human development.
Oh, that's interesting.
Gameplay, an action role-playing game based on martial arts. I already said that. Cooperative and competitive play in the same campaign. Players build custom combination of strikes, parries, and feints. It sounds like For Honor to me. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're right. But I feel like the combat sounds really cool. Kind of proper, kind of really refined kung fu. Proper, actually doing it properly. And the look of it reminds me a lot of Bound, that PS4 game that didn't have great. I liked it and I previewed it after 15 minutes. But I see that as like I loved how that was very kind of, it was obvious, or at least it seemed like they got a fucking ballerina in or a gymnast to kind of motion capture the movement of it, and to me this looks like the same but with kung fu. So that's why it interests me a little bit. But I said I don't have PS Plus anymore, and with them price increases, fuck you, Sony, you cheeky bastards. I won't be getting it again anytime soon. So never mind on that front.
On the same day as Absolver, we have
Mario... 15th of August is mad. I know this is 29th actually, but 15th is mad as well.
It is, yeah, but on the 29th we have Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Now,
that looks sick as well. I wish I had a Switch.
It's one of my most wanted games of the year because I love XCOM. But this seems like it's taken XCOM, and rather than you kind of create... There is a story in the XCOM games, but you also kind of create a bit of it in your head because, there's, I named my character Dan Murphy and, I lost Dan in the battle of whatever, whereas in this... These are characters. You won't be able to do much to them because it's a story, and I am so excited to play this game. My only thing is, I even actually said this to Ubisoft PR, and they wouldn't bloody tell me. My hope for this game. This is what I said to them. I didn't tell them I loved it and it was amazing. They wouldn't do that. What I said to them is, I hope it's sort of 15 hours, not 50.
Absolutely, I reckon it will be like. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if it was more than 20 at the absolute most.
It's got co-op and like other modes, which gives me
some
hope that they would have put that in there.
It's
10 to 15.
Loads more to it.
But you've also got XCOM 2's DLC or add-on on the same bloody day.
That's mad. That can't be a coincidence. But I think, I mean, really, obviously, I'm not going to be able to play it for a while, if ever.
No.
But the intriguing thing with Mario for me is that it looks like XCOM, and I like the idea of XCOM. I really like the idea of you have your own battles, you make your own soldiers, you feel it when they perish or whatever. But obviously I'm shit at XCOM, and always will be. So this kind of I can imagine this being kind of simpler. It still has depth, don't get me wrong, it'll still be good, and it'll be like what Nintendo did with an open worlds. They'll take the best bits, make it easier, make it more concise, make it refined, and make it amazing. And I imagine, obviously this is Ubisoft, but it's got that Nintendo charm, and I think...
Well, it's got Ubisoft charm. I think Ubisoft games have a charm.
Yeah, you're right. Some certainly do. But I think this will...
Yeah, have you seen the trailers, though? Like, I went from initially like, this seems like it might be... If the figures they've announced were Amiibo, I'd be in serious trouble right now. I'd be really in trouble because like there's that fucking picture of that Luigi... oh my god, that Luigi Rabbit is the best thing. Like, why are they not Amiibo, man? Like, why are they not? I mean, you've got Bayonetta and Squall. You've got fucking Sonic is an Amiibo, but we can't have like whatever. Chris, August, is there anything that strikes you as must play?
Sonic Mania is probably the main one I'm looking forward to playing. And to be fair, mate, Madden.
Yeah,
I really love the last game, and I'm really excited about the story mode.
I forgot about that. They're doing that with fucking hell, yeah.
Because I just love, like, I'm not as big a fan. I mean, I watch American football and I follow it like quite a bit, but not as much as other sports. But I love American football films. Like, there's just something about them. Like, there's so many.
You
like,
can't handle the truth. Is that an American football?
Remember
The Longest Yard?
No,
That's a good one.
Yeah, Longest
The Blind
Yard.
Side, that's pretty good.
Remember the Titans. There's I just love, and I love. That's why I love kind of American football. It's going to be cool, and I'm looking forward to see, because obviously the process of becoming an amateur to.
Is it the journey? Is it the
pro,
same as?
I feel it because you've obviously college football in America, American football is so huge. It's like college basketball. It's, you know, they've got arenas for themselves and they've got fans, and they're like treated like stars.
It's fucking stupid.
And it's like, it's going to be cool to see that progression and how that works. But just from last year, like, the gameplay was just seamless and it was just perfect. And I'm really excited to play this new mode in there. So yeah, that and Sonic, really. I can't even think of anything else that's coming out.
I thought you were going to say Life is Strange.
Yeah, I thought you just said that.
No, because it's the prequel,
it's
isn't
not
it?
by Don't Nod. It's not got the voice actor.
I honestly, I'm not keen on it. I'm not that bothered about it. I'm just a bit.
It'd be intriguing to see how that goes.
I don't want to. I'll play it. I don't want to really. I don't want to go back into that world. That ended for me.
Yeah.
I just feel
I like
retracing any steps won't feel.
The trouble with success, isn't it?
Yeah, I know it might be really good because obviously Life is Strange was just amazing. I don't know. We'll see.
Of course, September we've got Knack 2. It's all about Knack 2. I think that game's going to get delayed.
Do you think?
Yep.
What's coming out on the same day?
Well, Destiny's out the day after. Destiny is the day after.
That might be what I'm thinking of. Yeah, but hey, Destiny. It's alright.
I look forward to Nidhogg 2, me, you know. I think that'd be sick.
Fair play, we just can't talk about it yet.
Oh,
well, you can.
I've seen nothing. What do you think of the art style, like, from the trailers? You've seen that? They've changed it up.
Still not sure. Still not sure.
Fair enough. I look forward to it because I like playing that with my flatmates.
It's good. Yeah. I'll shout some September releases at you guys then, and you shout them. Knack 2, obviously, I mean, there's no point talking about Knack 2. It's just obviously.
I think that'll end up being good, you know.
I thought the first was all right. Shit, can you edit that out, Chris? I didn't say that.
Fucking wild hip hop game.
That's the title of the podcast.
Knack. I'm gonna fucking. Do you know what? I'm going all the way now. Okay, you ready for this, lads? You sit down if you're not sat down. If you podcast standing up. Knack is the Dark Souls of platforming games. Destiny 2 is out in September. Pez, Divinity Original Sin 2, Metroid, Samus Returns. Oh, sorry, which one did you say yes to?
What do you think?
Divinity. Well, we can talk about Divinity Original Sin, Dan. I mean...
No, Pez.
Did either of you play the beta?
No, I didn't, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My God.
I wanted it to kind of be a surprise.
I was going to do the same, Dan, but it was there, and like, I haven't been to a preview event, and I haven't had a build of it or anything. And I was like, I've got to just. And I limited myself. Like, I only allowed myself to play a few games a day. Lads, getting the vapours here. I'm gonna have to start fanning myself a little bit. My word, that co-op. Did you play any of the co-op, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me.
It's going to be awesome, especially like when we got like proper like free friends.
Took the words out of my mouth, man. Like, because I played co-op with a few people, and it was just like they're not getting it. They're not getting it. They're just that one guy was shooting every time I got the ball, no matter where he was, he shot, and it's like I can't wait to just play with people I know and stop playing with these bellends.
I want it so badly.
Yeah, I'm at that point, Dan, now where I'm like, Chris, I think, said all this on the podcast and in the preview. I think it's a slower game this year. Much slower. I think that's
good, because when I was playing with a lot of FIFA friends, a lot of them, their complaints last year were that it was too fast and kind of there was no midfield, it was just end-to-end, which I think that's exactly what FIFA is, but
you're quite right.
Completely made, so I'm intrigued to see if it is slower.
I was worried at first, Dan. Like, having played so much 17, it is significantly... Because a lot of the time with FIFA and PES, I worry sometimes if we get in our own heads, and it's like, oh, but it must be different because they don't do that anymore. They don't just put the same game out with rosters nowadays. But I like to think I'm genuinely quite a good critic, and I'm not a fanboy. Like, I will call it out if it's shit. I've always done that. Like, sometimes I don't like doing it. Sometimes you wish you could like something more, but sometimes it's just shit. I was taken aback at first and like, oh, I'm not sure about this being this much slower, but a couple of matches in, it feels significantly different.
Stop it.
I can't. I mean, Chris, you played it as well. You played it probably more than I did. I mean, you played more at the preview event.
I played
Anfield. Where did you go?
Yeah, I went to Anfield. Played a couple of hours, which was, yeah. Do you know, it's hard to just. It's hard. It's basically the way that they're making PES now is like fine tuning a Lamborghini.
Yeah,
they've got this fantastic game. They're just trying to play with it and see what makes it the best it can be. And this build is certainly on the right track. You know, because it does feel slower, but it's for a reason. And the more you play, the more you see that the player AI is still there. The goalkeepers, to a point, have been improved at certain points, but you're always going to kind of find issues with them, dependent on where shots fly in and stuff like that. But do you know what? On the whole, spot on. Like, I remember striking like from inside the box, and it was like the reaction of the keeper was insane, and the reactions are a lot better. The defense is a lot better. You find you're having to be a lot more kind of smarter with where you pass the flying in. You can't just take it to the wings, cross it in. There's a lot more kind of at stake, and I think they've nailed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing more.
Something I want to bring attention to, actually, that I don't think many people are doing, and I don't know. I think you'll appreciate this, Chris, but I know Dan will appreciate this. I saw a story on a website that I won't name that kind of took the piss out of them for signing Fulham as a partner, and I'll be honest, pissed me off. Really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because do you know what? Teams in the Championship and below get fuck all attention from the bigger places. Like, FIFA don't give a shit. Like, for years when I did play FIFA, like Bolton, for example, who were at that point, I think, in the Premier League, half the players you couldn't even tell what they looked like because they were just Bolton. Who gives a shit? The fact that PES have recognised they can't get, say, Man United, they can't get Man City, and have gone, do you know what?
United, to be fair, don't they? They have United.
No, they don't anymore. They used to. That deal ran out a while ago.
Got Liverpool and Arsenal, is it?
They've got Liverpool and Arsenal. They've got Barcelona. They've now announced Fulham, Valencia. Again, smart. Really smart.
It's interesting because the Championship, they only have the Championship and PES, they don't have League 1 and 2. But the Championship players do look dog shit. And I think a thing with PES usually is like, it's not... I think, in FIFA's credit, FIFA can still be good even if you're playing with like fucking League 2 teams. Whereas PES, I think if you're playing with anything less than at the absolute least, if you're playing with anything less than a 3.5, and you've got to have 3.5 with at least kind of 1 or 2 good players in it, then it's not that good anymore. I think PES really does kind of depend on how good the player is, a lot more than PES,
for good reason.
A lot more than FIFA does. So if they're doing this and actually going to pay more attention to lower and not as good teams, then that is certainly a good sign. But I don't know if it's just a kit deal.
But don't you think? So. Do you know the whole thing that spurred this off, right, was, do you know that is it Behold the Kickmen? That game that's kind of a piss take of football?
I have no idea what that is.
By Dan...
Sure.
Oh, God. I mean, it got an absolute pasting on PC Gamer, I think. Because basically, well, it could have been a good, funny game. It sounds like, and again, I haven't played it, so I'm going on this review. It sounds like it actually kind of is a bit smug. So I think, as football fans, we kind of have the piss taken out of us enough by football itself. Like, the clubs are taking the piss out of us with the prices, the cost of a shirt, how hard it is to... Like, I have Bournemouth and Southampton near me, and to get a ticket for either one of those, forget it. I've lived in Bournemouth almost all my life. I used to go and watch Bournemouth every weekend as a kid when they weren't in the Premier League. If I get a ticket now? Nah, forget about it. We get the piss taken out of us enough. So that game, like, there is a kind of smugness about football in the gaming industry. Like, when FIFA comes on during EA's press conference, you see, like, oh, fucking hell, sports bit again.
Everyone's a nerd, Adam.
No, but what I'm saying is...
Sport.
But that's what I mean, though. It's kind of a general smugness. Don't you think? It's a bit of a smug punching down kind of thing. And we, as fans of football, we get the piss taken enough out by the people we love watching every week. And the article I saw about Fulham kind of taking the piss, it was like, do you know what? You're just like that, aren't you? You're just punching down, taking the piss out of people. Do you know what? I bet you and Fulham have got a big fan base. They have. They 100% have. I've been in Fulham crowds several times. And you know what? I bet there's a lot of Fulham fans who play PES who are fucking over the moon. Because do you know what? If Bolton got put in it, how would you feel, Dan? Because I would be so... Exactly. So... Like, can we just stop taking the piss out of each other and accept that we all like different things? And it's okay if you don't like football, but I do. So, let me like football. It doesn't hurt you. You know what I mean? Anyway, Destiny 2, by the way, we will cover plenty of cover. Just the 3 people on this podcast probably aren't the people who will be covering Destiny for GodIsGeek.com. Metroid Samus Returns, I'm very much looking forward to, but there's not much to say about that. It's a remake. I'll just run down a few more games, chaps. This is all September, by the way, just so you know. Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, NBA 2K18. I thought Chris would jump in then. Pokken Tournament.
I did. I gave it.
Oh, I thought that was Dan. I thought he was taking the mix.
No.
Piss.
Oh no, I fucking can't wait.
You love the 2K games and Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony.
Woo!
September.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Cool. 3 days prior to Cuphead and FIFA 18.
Oh, Cuphead.
Yeah.
Finally coming out.
Wow.
It's not going to be pushed back, is it?
No, not now. No, I don't think so now. They've put that day out there. That game
Intrigued
has to come out.
That looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
By FIFA.
I am looking forward to FIFA because I genuinely believe that 2 good football games is brilliant. Mm-hmm. And I hope, because I think EA have been rather quiet on FIFA. I like the icon stuff they did, Dan. Have you seen this trailer? Because I think it was while you were away. Have you seen it?
I don't really watch trailers to FIFA.
Okay, so what the legends are now called icons, right? You know that?
Oh,
much?
I do know this. Yeah.
So what they've done is the icons, like so for Ronaldo, there are 3 Ronaldo icon cards, and they showcase the sort of 3 key points of his career. Which is quite cool, I think. Like, that's quite a cool thing. I hope FIFA's good because again. Good football games being the other team. I'd
actually be interested because I've documented my kind of hate for the last few FIFA games quite, like, kind of vehemently. Yeah. I'd be interested. Obviously, I'm not fucking getting meta. If I could review it and still, how you were talking earlier about PES and being a critic and stuff. I wonder how I'd be with FIFA and then compare it to others. If you get me, because I don't know. I feel like it's It's how you identify with football, how you play it as a game. I should say, like you just can't get to the style of FIFA. It might be a good FIFA game, but because it's a FIFA game, you just can't get on with it.
I just want FIFA to feel less stiff.
Yeah, it felt like, mate. I played FIFA 17. I tried, man.
So did I. Like, my kids still do, but it's so stiff.
It feels like you're running through custard, man.
Yep.
It's so sluggish and just it feels minging in my hands. You know when you've got to curl your fingers because it just feels minging. Does that to me.
Moving into October, lads, on my little list here, Forza Motorsport 7, Middle-earth Shadow of War.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Big time hyped for that. Big time. Evil Within 2. I would have bet money on Chris then.
Yeah, I want to see some more of it. I'm looking forward to it, but I'd like to see a bit more.
Okay, South Park.
I did enjoy the first one. But I don't know. It was missing something from me. I don't know.
What about South Park?
Yeah.
Oh, is that this October?
October.
Give it to me.
GT Sport. Yeah. Now this is where it gets serious. We'll stop. Should we stop after October? Because this could go for a long time.
Yeah, sure.
Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus.
Oh, fuck. Give it me.
Yep. Jesus Christ! Someone make that a ringtone, please. On the same, by the way, like just not being funny. One of these 3 games has to give some. It has to move, right? So on October the 27th, 2017, we will have Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, Assassin's Creed Origins, and Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh fucking hell!
On the same day.
Oh yeah, I do remember that when E3 was happening and they were all getting announced. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ!
Which by the way, is a week before Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah, I knew COD was near there.
Jesus.
Mate, I wish see
Fucking
Switch,
hell.
man. I think Odyssey is going to be incredible.
I have worries that I have. Everyone who's played it has told me not to worry, but the one game Mario Odyssey, when I see it, reminds me of is Mario Sunshine, and that game's not good. No, I'm telling you, watch it back now, and you're wrong.
I liked it. It was the first.
I liked it at the
only
time.
Mario I've played of that style. To be honest with you.
I liked it at the time, Dan. I'm saying watch some gameplay of it back now, and
the last couple of years, I actually got the Nintendo GameCube down out of the loft and plugged it in, and it looked like shit because you have to have some weird adapter thing.
Yeah.
But I did play it again, and I'm not saying it's not exactly, it's fiddly. I reckon if they remade it today, like did a remastered, sorted the controls out, I reckon, and obviously spruced it up a little bit, I think it'd be a lot kind of more remembered, because I think that was a really good game.
I predict both of you will. Well, at least one of you will own a Switch for Mario Odyssey, Chris.
Chris,
do you think?
Not.
Do you think Chris? Do you think someone will? Chris?
I am gunning for it, mate, because I still haven't played Zelda, and that's killing me.
Zelda's a made game at you easily. I think
at the moment, probably, yeah.
If
I need to get it.
21st birthday, if someone gets a nice little windfall for it, then he might be getting one. But who knows?
Let's not forget we glossed over Origins there a bit.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Come on.
That's great. I
can't wait.
Egyptian
Can't wait.
I love all kind of. I don't think the Assassin's Creed games they've done loads of history and stuff, but I don't think they've done mythology enough, really. Especially when what Assassin's Creed is, so going proper into Egyptian mythology and the gods and the pyramids and having seemingly
and obviously the beginning of the Assassins as well and the Templars,
seemingly having
fucking
kind of
cool.
mythical creatures with that big fucking snake. Yeah,
that's
yeah. Well, there you go.
That's my list.
So
I'm done now.
Yeah,
Chris. Sorry, I've done it. I'm finished. That's my list.
No, it's good. You forget how many games are actually coming out.
Oh, big time.
But yeah, that's the end of the podcast. Thanks for listening. As usual, if you'd like to support us in all our previews and the sort, you can head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/GodIsAGeek, where you can back us for as little as £1 a month, and it all goes to a good home because we get to go to all these events and play games and write about them and show you everything that's coming out. I'd just like to plug Geek of Thrones, which you'll be able to listen to later on, and that's cool because apparently episode 4 is amazing.
Got my notes. They are long and they are...
Yeah. So,
and it leaked, didn't
it? And
it did.
Yeah.
Who'd watched it? It leaked it.
I didn't. I didn't actually. It looks really bad quality.
Would download it and watch it. Yeah.
In Wales, yeah. I don't know who would do that.
I didn't do it in Wales.
Yeah.
And a bit cheekily, before I go, I'd just like to plug the 24-hour game marathon I'm doing this Saturday. You can head over to my Twitter at FirstAvenger83, follow the link and donate. It's for Macmillan Cancer. Be much appreciated. But I've been Chris White. I'm at FirstAvenger83, as I just said. Adam is at Jeebus F, and
can
Dan
I plug
is at Mabroski
as well.
Yeah, go for it.
Mick Fraser's just rejoined the site, which is cool in itself, but he's also got a book out called Angela Strange.
Yes.
You can go to Amazon.com or .co.uk actually,
really
probably. Good. And I've bought my copy, genuinely. Put a picture of it on Twitter. I paid for that with my own money. I support my friend, which reminds me I need to throw some money your way, Chris, for that as well.
I proofread it,
mate.
and...
Yeah, your name's in the book.
Is it actually? Oh, sick.
Yeah, he thanks you at the start. That's the only bit I've read of it so far.
I proofread it, and I kind of gave... I wouldn't say pointers, I'd say gave kind of feedback. And
Dan wrote the book, everyone.
No, I'm saying I did not write the book. And since then, 12,000 words. It was already really, really good. And since then, loads of changes have been made, and 12,000 words have been added. So it's cracking. So fucking get it read.
Yeah, Mick's a good writer. Who knew?
Oh yeah. Who'd have thought?
Yep.
Well, yeah, no, definitely get on that. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Welcome.
No worries.
And we'll speak to you all soon. Thanks very much, guys, for listening. Take care. Bye.